Hello there, my name is Tommy Bonas, and in this series I will be analyzing existing ancient Hellenic battle scenes in movies or other popular media and react to their accuracies or inaccuracies. As an introductory video, I'm going to start off by looking into the 2004 film Troy. Now, the very first fight scene of this movie is between Achilles and a Thessalian warrior named Boagrius. For those that don't know, Achilles is the main protagonist of Homer's Iliad, which is a literary masterpiece that everyone should read. Of course, he is also the protagonist of this movie, portrayed by Brad Pitt. Do note that this duel does not take place in the Iliad, but instead it serves as a character introduction for the movie's main hero. So let's start from the very beginning. Achilles would not spike his dory or spear in the beginning of a duel. Instead, he throws the dory, and if it misses, then he'll actually charge in. But since this is a character introduction of a Hollywood movie, I understand why they wouldn't want him to miss. Next, the armor that Achilles is wearing is heavily stylized, with a plated vest atop leather and a helmet that has way too wide an opening in the front. This, of course, is done to show Brad Pitt's face clearly to the audience during his fight scenes, so I understand. Accordingly, Boagrius also looks like a barbarian archetype, poorly cosplaying as a hoplite. He wears no armor, other than some random armbands and a necklace, and he's wielding two spears and a shield, which is not very accurate. The reason for this is because the spear would have what was called an Achilles, which is a leather loop attached near the center of the spear's mass, where two fingers would pass through, allowing the warrior to throw the spear with over 50% more force. After the first throw, you would not want to be scrambling to pass your fingers through that second loop, especially not in the heat of battle. The only warrior wielding two spears in the Iliad is Athanasios, and he did so because he's ambidextrous and could wield both spears simultaneously, one in each hand. Also note that Athanasios did fight Achilles in the Iliad and was the only person to make him bleed. But back to the duel. Achilles begins his approach, slowly gaining pace the closer he gets to Boagrius, who then throws his first spear. What Achilles does here, running towards an incoming spear, is something that could easily get you killed. A dory can carry more than enough force to penetrate not just the shield, but also the armor and the human behind it. And this does happen several times within the Iliad. In this case, it would be better to fully stop, block the spear, remove it if it gets lodged as it is here, and then carry on. Then again, for the movie's sake, having Achilles stop in the middle of his charge would affect the tempo of the duel, so I can give this a pass. What doesn't get a pass, however, is Achilles tossing his shield. Ancient Greek warriors would never toss their shield during a battle, not just because of the obvious practical reason of not having the shield's utility in combat, but also due to the cultural norms of the time. In some regions, this was considered an act of surrender, and in almost all regions, it was considered very disrespectful, not to yourself or to your opponent, but to your fellow warriors. A Spartan tossing his shield, for example, would be punished by death. In the movie, they probably have Achilles doing this, thinking it would provide him more momentum for his charge, but ancient Hellenic warriors would work out and train with their shields on a daily basis, so the shield itself was hardly a hindrance. It would have also been more dramatic if the spear hit and bounced off the shield or shattered upon impact, so that this way Achilles could have continued forward without needing to stop. But the next sequence is by far the best and most accurate part of the duel, the charge itself. Achilles runs in, dodges the second spear, jukes to the left, and instantly slays his opponent with a single strike. This is exactly how duels with Achilles carried out, as the speed of his charge and his footwork were unmatched. The most used epithets to characterize Achilles by Homer is Podarkis, or otherwise Podasokis, which translates to swift-footed. And this is the reason why. All in all, I do love this duel. The evasive footwork, the speed, the tempo, it's very well made, to the point where I could forgive some of its imprecisions. I'd say overall, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. And that does it for the first introductory episode of the analysis of Troy. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'm going to be taking a look at the beach battle scene and the monomachy between Paris and Menelaus. If you have any suggestions for other films or even video games displaying ancient Hellenic battle scenes that you'd like me to analyze, please let me know in the comments below. Cheers, and until next time.